Well, okay, Heiser, come on out. It's official. This is our last day in Arizona. I'm leaving a little bit early. You guys, I guess you don't really know that unless I get this video out early enough, but I wasn't planning on leaving until this coming Saturday. And it is, what is today? Wednesday right now. So it's the Wednesday before I was planning on leaving. I actually left Tucson on Monday, got up here in Scottsdale Monday night. And then yesterday, I had a pretty action-packed day. Good morning. We are waking up in yet another random parking lot. Well, Big and I got one final round of disc golf in before I left Tucson, so a little sad to say goodbye to my buddy, but we had a good run while we were there. But now the real adventure starts. The thing I've been looking forward to for months now. I've got the ultimate road trip planned, going up the West Coast. It's gonna be a blast. Stay tuned. Subscribe if you haven't already. It's gonna be a fun one. We're gonna get into a lot of adventures here. I'm also very glad that I chose to leave because it is just getting hotter and hotter every day. Like the forecast this week and into next week, it's supposed to be into the 80s, mid 80s, and I'm just not really feeling that, honestly. You guys might think I'm crazy because you guys have been dealing with winter for the past few months, but I haven't. It's been sunny and 75 almost every day, so I've been pretty spoiled. But now that it's starting to heat up a little bit, I'm ready to get up into some higher elevation, finally get around some more trees again. Even just being in Phoenix, there's more trees here, which is nice, or Scottsdale, I should say. Well, that's disappointing. Okay. What up, brother? I met up with my buddy Carter. We hiked up a mountain. Managed to grab lunch with my grandparents before I leave the state because this is where they winter. And now we're officially heading west. It's real. We're here. But as far as the game plan today, not a ton of one. About an hour and a half away from here is a town called Quartzsite, where there's supposed to be like a pretty cool like seasonal swap meet sale kind of thing. I don't really know how to explain it because I've never been there. I don't know much about it. A fellow van lifer told me I should check it out, so that's what we're gonna hopefully do. And that's about a little over halfway to Joshua Tree National Park, which is my first destination. So I really don't know much about Joshua Tree or what to expect, so we'll kind of just see what we come across when we get there, I guess. But that's gonna be the first national park. Then we're gonna just keep on trucking west and head over to the West Coast and head up the 101 and see what we can get into. So, well, my dad called me yesterday while I was up on top of the mountain and I had to ignore it. So I told him I'd give him a call back this morning. So I will do that and then we'll check in back with you guys in a little bit. Certainly a lot of changes in van life, of daily life, but the one thing that doesn't change is the need for gas. And I'm gonna get every last drop I can because gas is only $2.99 here, which is actually, it was like $2.80. Really? It was like $3.89 in Scottsdale, and we're about to cross the border into California, so I think for the next month, actually, once I'm in Alaska, it's going to be expensive too. So for the next 6 to 7 months, this is probably going to be the cheapest gas I'm going to get for a while. So that kind of sucks to think about. Back on the road. We are pulling into Quartzsite now. Of course, there's a gas station here with gas 10 cents cheaper. And I think I could have made it, but I was already in the red. I was below a quarter tank and driving through the middle of the desert. I didn't really feel like risking it. So we are here and it's kind of a bigger town than I was really expecting. So I don't really know what to do here. So we're gonna find out together. All right, we're pulling up to the intersection of Main Street and Central Boulevard. So I feel like whatever's around is gonna be around here. But there's a lot of like RV repair, solar places like that. Past a little like grocery store. There's a laundromat over there, but I'm not really seeing like what I was expecting. There's supposed to be like almost like a flea market, I guess, is kind of like what I'm expecting at least. I just have no idea where it's gonna be, so I think I'm gonna pull over here and see if I can find it on the maps. When I looked at like just Google Maps, this town is so small, I didn't really think it would be much, but it's clearly bigger than I was expecting. Okay, supposedly there's a thrift shop like right there. I see a laundromat and propane and propane services, but I do not see a thrift shop. So we're gonna pull across the street and see if that's what that is. And then the Tyson Wells Market Center is supposedly where like the market, I guess, is. On maps it looks like an empty field with like 2 little buildings, so we'll see if there's actually anything there. But that's down the road to the south. So we're gonna shoot over here west across the street, see if we can find this thrift shop. If not, we will go on over to the market. If so, we'll go in and go check it out, see if there's anything cool. Let's see, it says it's open, like on maps. Doesn't look very, this has gotta be it. That looks like an abandoned building. Yeah. It doesn't look like the thrift shop is up and running. We're gonna just assume it is not. And maps are not updated. So swing back around this way. Let's go check out Tyson Wells, see if that has anything going on. I just realized I butchered that and I meant to say propane and propane accessories. If you know, you know. All right, I believe we are here. It looks like there's a bunch of little markets set up over here, but definitely not near as many as like usual or like during peak season or whatever. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, we're gonna pull over right here. There's all kinds of stuff over here. We're just gonna walk around, see what we can find, I guess. We'll be back in a bit, bud.
Shane is open till noon, but he's basically packing everything up.
Yeah.
You have the cool girl women clothes store. I think there's the grocery store, a restaurant, and maybe a couple other vendors down that way. But
yeah,
I mean during the
like during the gym show time, I'm sure it's
dude, it was
crazy.
Crazy.
I was down in Tucson during the gym show, so
yeah.
So it was,
I mean, I wish it was a little crazier, like nothing extreme happened. And
yeah.
I was ready for it. I was so ready for it.
Yeah. How long you been doing this then?
So this particular store I've worked with for like 3 months.
Okay.
I mean, I've been doing it.
But have you lived here for a while?
So actually this is my 2nd season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my husband and then my mother-in-law, they are 6 years here.
Oh yeah.
Like summer. I'm like, alright, rotten hell. Like I'm not here in the summer.
Yeah, that's why I'm getting out of here. Yeah.
I'm leaving April 5th and then I'm fucking out of here.
Where are you going?
So I'm gonna go see my cousin in Tennessee, and then I'm gonna go see my other kids and my mom up in Ohio.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so instead of dry heat, I get to go to humidity.
Yeah, I'm from Nebraska originally, and it's in the summer it's 110 and 90% humidity.
Yeah, and it's so bad. Like, why?
And the shade does nothing for you.
At least here, like you get a little bit of cool.
Yeah, people are always like whenever I'm here, people are like, "Oh, it gets so hot there." I'm like, "Yeah, but it's honestly not as bad as it's like humid heat." Like,
yeah. So our AC went out in September, and it was 113. I sat outside with a misting fan. Yeah, I was like a blob.
But way better than
if
it was
I could
humid.
Manage it. Like, I was sweating, but it didn't feel that way.
Yeah, exactly. Or like swamp coolers like actually work here.
Dude, I know. Like it makes sense.
Yeah, like a swamp cooler is absolutely worthless up in the Midwest.
Else. Yeah, everywhere else. It's spectacular. Yeah, it's great.
Well, cool.
I'm here for it. Yeah, have a gander.
Yeah, I'm just gonna see what I can come across that I don't need, but
I hear that multiple times a day. It's fantastic.
Cool. All kinds of just weird random stuff here. Got some water filters here. I could actually use these. A couple sediment filters.
carbon filter for our water system. Only $4. Might as well, I guess. Would you look at that? The granola bars that I really like that are hard to find in stores, we got them here. Grab 3 of them. Grab some protein pasta. Maybe we'll use that for dinner tonight. There's like a billion random hats. This one, Duran Financial. There's a whole bunch of random hats. Well, I think that's about all there is to see here. I was talking to some of the vendors and they said that this ends on the 31st. So there's just not, they're getting ready to leave. They're all packing up and a lot of the vendors are already gone. But during the like peak season in January and February, I'm sure this is probably a pretty cool little spot. Shove these things in here for now, I guess. Deal with them later when they become an issue. I feel like it kind of goes without saying that I like to talk, because obviously I make videos about me talking to myself, or talking to you guys, but obviously talking to myself. And I'm a very social person. I like having conversations, and had some great conversations in there, but you guys didn't really get much of it. I've thought about getting like those Meta glasses, you know, like the smart AI glasses that have like cameras built into them, because like then I could just wear those and like record everything, like all my conversations and whatnot, which I think would be really cool. But for one, I always wear sunglasses. I'm sure you guys have noticed, like I need sunglasses on. So like either inside or outside, I'd have to pick like which Meta glasses to get, like the clear ones or like sunglass version. I think it would be cool though to be able to capture like more conversations without like having to hold a camera like up in somebody's face. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that. And since Facebook is literally always listening, you guys know you've talked about something or even thought about something, and then you open Facebook and it's on there. So I know Facebook's listening to me right now. Sponsor you, boy. Send me a pair of Meta glasses and I will absolutely promote the hell out of them. If they work, I guess. Let me give them a shot. I'm getting back on the road again. Got about an hour and a half to get to, I can't see anything behind me. I'm gonna hope nobody just fucking slams into the back of my van right here. There's nobody there. Cool. Got about an hour and a half to get to Joshua Tree. Oh, and I turned the wrong way. Guess we'll go the long way. Hour and a half to get to Joshua Tree. I got a campsite picked out on the other side of Joshua Tree, so like we're gonna go through the south entrance, it looks like, come out the north entrance, and then I've got a campsite picked out up there. So we're gonna make our way over there. I'm gonna enjoy my bagel. My dad didn't answer when I called him back this morning, so I might try giving him another ring. But yeah, just gonna be an hour and a half of cruising, and we'll catch you guys once we get to the national park. We are officially in California. We just went through the state inspection. You can see that was a very thorough inspection that they do. I'm glad it's that way. I'm not complaining, but we're officially in California. We are in Joshua Tree, baby. But I knew it was more kind of like a deserty national park, but I thought there was gonna be more trees than there are here. This still feels like Arizona, but we're at the first little exhibit here. Take a look. As you can see, we are here in this giant expanse of desert. It's also a pretty uninformative thing. It's basically just telling me that this is a big wash, which means when it rains a lot, this floods, so you don't want to be here when it rains. I mean, it's really pretty, don't get me wrong. Like, we're surrounded by mountains, but it's like the same terrain that I've been seeing for the last few months. See what it turns into, I guess, as we keep on going. The fact that there was just an exhibit telling me about what a wash is and like that's an exhibit, does not give me high expectations for this being a epic kind of park. And it's one of the parks that like there's no like gate to get in through. I feel like every park that's like really, really cool has like a gate that you get checked for your pass. This one you can just drive right into. There was a little like visitor center when you first came in, and I could have stopped, but I decided not to because it looked pretty puny. I guess I could have got a map or something, but it seems pretty cut and dry, literally, of what it is out here. But I do remember Smoky Mountain National Park, though. There's no gate to get in there. The Smokies are pretty sweet, I can't deny that. But like Yellowstone, Glacier, Grand Canyon, like there's gates to get in. Like you have to go through a gate and check your pass. So those ones, whenever there's a gate, I have higher hopes that it's like a more epic national park. This is pretty cool. Like these rock formations here. Here, let me pull my phone out so you guys can. I'll pull up a different alternate camera angle here. I can't even talk. But like the mountains are like made of. This is done by a professional, by the way. Don't do this at home. But like these mountains just look like piles of rock, which is kind of interesting. But I can see a really, really long ways, and it's just a lot of desert. So I'm definitely looking forward to getting into Northern California, the Redwoods, baby. The Redwoods have been on my bucket list since I was just a wee little lad. I'm finally gonna get to be able to see them, so I am stoked. But we'll see what else we can find here. Four-wheel drive. Not going down there. Hell nah. Take me as you please. Can't stop myself from looking. Noticing you, noticing me.
Look at that. What a view. Just a giant desert. Let's go read about the Pinto people. You guys can pause it and read this if you want. Well, believe it or not, there used to be a river running through here. Doesn't look like it anymore. Just a couple of these things out here. Officially in 29 Palms, I think is what this town is called, just before the town of Joshua Tree. We have left Joshua Tree National Park. It is very clear that the north entrance is far more popular because the closer and closer I got to it, the more and more packed it got, to the point where there was like parking lots completely full of people, and people just stupid tourists, tour-ons, lots of them. So I went ahead and said my goodbyes and moved on. Now I'm just trying to find a quick little grocery store or something. I just need some barbecue sauce. I ran out of barbecue sauce, and I want to make a little quesadilla with some pork shoulder I got. So I'm going to stop and get that, and then I found a new spot that we're going to spend the night, because my original spot turned out to be, I passed it. I passed it on my way out of Joshua Tree. It's literally like right on the edge of Joshua Tree. So I passed that spot. There's no service like in the park the entire time. I had 0 bars. So by the time I finally got service, I realized I was already past the spot, and I'm not turning around to go back to it. It's a cool spot, but not cool enough to turn around for. I'm just trying to get out of the desert ASAP. We made it out to the camp spot. This is it's still called Coyote Lake, but clearly there's no water here. It's been dried up for a minute at least. There's a ton of people, like a bunch of vans all in the background in the distance. I don't know if you can see it. I'll overlap some drone footage here, but I think they're all on private land. Like, I don't think any of them know how to check a BLM map,
because I'm on BLM. This guy over here is on BLM, but like just about everybody else is on private land. And it looks like it should be a BLM, but it's definitely not according to the map. So I had drove a little extra further back in here, in the road, I mean, it's a lake bed, is not as flat as you might think. It's pretty torn up. I'm guessing there's probably a lot of four-wheelers and dirt bikes and stuff like that come through here. So, but this is where we're gonna call it a night. I'm gonna cook up a late lunch. Luckily, one of my beloved plumbing customers back in Oro Valley knew I was taking off on an adventure here soon, and she gave me like half of an 8-pound pork shoulder. So I've got a ton of pork to eat. So I'm gonna make up a little quesadilla with that, just some cheese, some barbecue, some pork, nothing fancy. Should have grabbed some more cheese while I was at the store. Didn't realize how low I was. Guess I got some mozzarella we can put in there. Well, I'm gonna enjoy this giant tortilla. Quesadilla, that's what I meant to say. Enjoy this giant quesadilla, and then finally probably start the task, the joy that is editing this video. So I think that's all I've got for today, guys. Be sure to stay tuned, subscribe if you haven't. This next month is going to be one heck of an adventure, and I don't want you guys to miss it. So thank you guys for watching as always. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.